Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
Yesterday, we were discussing about the subscribers and discuss what is a subscriber. And we also look at the overview of the Email Studio. There were other different tabs that we have and what we are going to cover as part of Email Studio. Let's deep dive and understand all the different list and date extensions that we have here. What happens that whenever we purchase a Marketing Cloud account, we get this list called All Subscribers list, right? We do not create this list. This is kind of a table which is created by default. Whenever you purchase a tool, it comes by default. Now it contains all your subscribers. As per the definition, a subscriber is a person who has given us the consent to receive the communication, right? Whenever we have a subscriber, it has to be a part of all subscribers. As our name says, all subscribers, which means that all the subscribers should be a part of this particular list. Otherwise, if any subscriber is not a part of all subscriber list, which means that that record or that person is not a subscriber yet. If we are calling that person or that customer, that subscriber, it means it has to be a part of all subscribers list. Now it is just a table. We are calling this all subscribers list over here. And a table has columns and some records. It has got all these columns, emulator status and subscriber key, created date, add method and all these fields that we have. We will be talking about all these fields, like what are these fields from, where these fields are coming, and these kind of things. Let's take a look at the Properties tab. Here, like it says, external key, which is basically the unique key of that particular list. We will understand about the API in the upcoming sessions. Whenever you want to reference, a key or any list or any extension, we need some unique identifier. That is our unique identifier. And it says, created date, last modified date, how many total subscribers that we have in this particular list. And then here we have all the subscribers. Now here we have, all these small buttons that we will talk about. But let's talk about how we can create a new subscriber. Right now we have 845. If we will add one more subscriber, it will be 846. We have this create button over here. We can click on it and then you can create a new subscriber. Now, whenever we want to create a subscriber, there are two things which are mandatory. One is a subscriber key and another one is the email address. Because there cannot be a customer, there cannot be a person who has given us the consent for the email communication but doesn't have the email address. Like each and every subscriber will have the email address. That is why it is a mandatory value. Now let's say I want to register, or maybe let's say two different subscribers have the same email address. In that case, what we need to do, we need to have a unique column or a unique value that we can identify different subscribers uniquely. For example, if we are taking an example of a family, Now in a family, there are 6 members and they are sharing the email address. But each person is a different entity. Each person is a different one and we have to have a different, unique identifier that we can represent everyone in a family in a unique manner. That is why we have a subscriber key, which helps us to identify a subscriber uniquely. We cannot have a subscriber key duplicate. It has to be a unique only. Email address can be a duplicate value also, but mandatory. Whenever you want to create a subscriber, there are 2 things which are mandatory. One is subscriber key. Another one is email address. Subscriber key, it has to be a unique. We cannot have the same value for the 2 different subscribers. Email address, we can have the duplicate value, but it cannot be blank. We will have to provide some value. Now let's say if I want to provide this is subscriber key. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to create a subscriber with this one. Just an email address, let's say. If I click on the next button, it will throw me the error. It will say subscriber with subscriber key given already exists. We have to provide a unique subscriber key which doesn't exist yet. This is the subscriber key that I am taking, B4.0.1, and then this is the email address that I am taking, B4.0.1, and then Gmail come. Because generally what we do, let's say, if we have another system integrated with our marketing cloud, maybe a Salesforce or another system, and we want to pull the data from the another system to marketing cloud, generally we have the contact key or the lead that we make as a subscriber key. But right now, just for the example, I am showing you that we can take any subscriber key and we can pick any email address value and create a new subscriber out of it. Now it is asking us that like in which list you want to store the subscriber. We have to store the subscriber of the list. But apart from that, if you want to add a subscriber in any of the other list as well, we can do that. For now, we don't want to do that. And I will show you that what are the different lists we have and how we can add a subscriber to it. For now, let me just click on the Finish button and then we will see whether or not. Let's click on Finish. Now we have 846 subscribers. We can click on the Search button to search whether our subscriber is created or not. We click on the Search button and here we can filter or we can search the subscriber with the help of these attributes of these fields. Let me search with the help of the subscriber key and click on Find Now button. Our subscriber is created and we can also view the properties. That word is the first name, last name. This is the subscriber key. This is the email address. And we'll be talking about the attributes and all these things in a while. These are the profile attributes, and then we have preference attributes. These things, and then we have list groups. It shows you know what all lists this subscribe is a part of, and then we have groups and history. We'll be talking about all these things in a while. Let's see. If you want to delete a subscriber, we can delete. If you want to export this or if you want to copy, we can do that. If you want to delete a subscriber, we can click on delete button and it will be deleted permanently from the all subscribers list. We can search it, we can copy it. If you want to import the data, we can do that. We'll be looking at it, how we can import the data from a local system to Marketing Cloud. If you want to export the data, we can do that. That is something we will see in a while as well. Next, we have a tracking. It shows basically two things. One is the list composition based on the status of the subscriber. How many subscribers are in active state? How many subscribers are in bounce state? That is something we will take a look at it in a while. And then the recent sense. How many different images that we have sent using this particular list. This was all about the subscribers list, which is created by Marketing Cloud itself. And all the subscribers we have to store in this particular list, right? But now, let's say we have a requirement where we have to have a multiple lists. Let's pick an example of Amazon company. And what we want to do? We want to target the customers based on their preference or based on their interest. Maybe there would be few customers who would be interested in menswear. There would be few customers who would be more interested in the electronics and these kind of things. What we can do, we can create in a separate list for all these customers. And then we can target them separately. I will do one thing. First of all, I will create a folder, and in that folder we will create these lists. We have created this folder called 1001 for a host. And now here we are going to click on the create button to create a new list. List is nothing but a table itself. And in that table we are going to store some of the subscribers. Let's give a name. Let's say menswear. Let's give a name. Let's give a name here. Let's give a name in our competitor. Let's give a name. Let's say Amazon Electrons. This checkbook's public list, I'm going to talk about this in a while when we'll talk about the reference center pages, that how we can manage it. We'll give a name. If you want to provide an external key, that is fine. Otherwise, it will be auto-generated and we can provide a description about the list, like what it contains and these kind of things, and then the location where we want to save this particular list. Now we'll click on the next button and then If you want to send a welcome email whenever we add any subscriber to this particular list, do we want to send email to them? Right now, we don't want to send an email whenever we add any subscribers, Keep this checkbox unchecked and click on the Save button. Whenever we create a table, let's say if you're creating a table in Excel, what do you like? What do you need? First of all, you create a table and then you have to define all the columns names and then you will, insert all the records. But in case of list here, you are not bothered about creating all these fields, right? It is auto-populated. From where all these fields are coming, if we'll talk about the profile management, here we have 20 different profile attributes. What are profile attributes? Profile means a customer's profile, a subscriber's profile, and then profile attributes means the properties or the characteristics of a customer, of a subscriber. We have email address, name, country. There are few attributes which are located by the system. For example, this one where it is written system before. We cannot delete it because we cannot have any subscriber who doesn't have the email address, right? But we can have a subscriber where the marital status is not available, right? All these profile attributes are created by us. Only the email address venue is created by the system. We want to create a new profile attribute. We can add over here and it will start appearing in all the lists. Right now, if I will show you visa status. Visa status, employee status, native workplace, right? All these things are coming from either from the profile attributes or the reference attributes. We see all these things over here and the minister is in the workplace. Native visa status, these things, right? And if we will go to the preference attributes like demo, get email, right? WhatsApp communication, and you will be able to see all these attributes in this particular list as well. Get email right on demo, this case and accommodations. All these are the preference attributes. Now one thing that we understood that whenever we create any new list, we should not be worried about the field. Right? It is coming from the profile and preference attributes. If you, let's say, want to have a new field in a list, then what we can do, we can add that a profile management or we can add that field in a preference one. Now the advantages and the disadvantages of adding that field at the level of the profile attributes of profile management is that if we add any new field here or if we add any new attribute over here, it will be appended. It will be appended or it will be added to all the list, right? Be it your all subscribers list. Be it your all subscribers list. Here you will see, or you will also find the same set of fields over here, business status, native workplace and everything. The advantage is that, once we add that attribute in the profile management or the success, it will be added in all the lists. And the disadvantage is also the same, that if we delete it, that it will be deleted from all the lists. We cannot have two different lists having different set of attributes. But like it is a very, common scenario where we want to have different set of attributes in different tables, right? If you want to create one table, let's restore the customer personal information. If you want to create a table where you want to store, order history or maybe orders information, something like that, right? But with a list, that is not possible. That is where we will understand the data extension. But for now, let's focus on the lists. We will be talking about profile attributes and such as the attributes and details. For now, I will just show you that from where these fields are coming. Now here we have, similar functionality or similar buttons that we can use. One is the create button, using which we can create a new subscriber. Now it will again ask us to, provide the email address and the subscriber key value, and the subscriber will be created. And then we show that how we can use the search functionality, how we can use the delete one. Now let's take a look at the how we can import the data. We'll click on import button now. Whenever we insert a new record or insert a new subscriber into Marketing Cloud, it asks us that whether we have taken the consent from the customer or from the subscriber or not. We are saying that I agree that whatever we are uploading over here, we have already taken the consent and we have this opt-in permission from the customer. We'll click on this agree button and then click on the next button. Now, if you want to upload or if you want to import the data, we have two different ways or two different locations. One is, from our computer we can upload the data, and another one is that we can import the data from the FTP server. Right now we'll be looking at this one, that how we can import data from our local system. And then in the later sessions, we'll be looking at that, how we can import data from the FTP server. Let me show you the file first. Since the system doesn't have the Microsoft Office installed, that is why we are opening the CSV file in a notepad. We have the subscriber key and the email address field. Because these two fields are the mandatory field, we have to have these two fields in our CSV file, and then we have these values. What are the different? Well, like what is the value for the subscriber key and what is the value for the email address? Let me change this over here. Let me make it and the format that we have chosen over here is the CSV format. That is, I click on CSV and here we have three different options. That how do we want to import the data? First option is that if you want to add new subscribers and update subscribers that already exists. In that case, what will happen? That if it finds a new subscriber with the help of a subscriber key, let's say we have 10 subscribers in our CSV file, and out of 10 subscribers, there are 5 subscribers that are already there in the list because they contain the same subscriber key. It will update the existing subscribers and the 5 new subscribers. It will add them. If you will go with the first option, the another option that we have, it will add new subscribers. We with the help of the subscriber key but it will not update any of the existence. And the third scenario, it will update the adjusting, but it will not add the business. Accordingly, we can choose the option based on the requirement. Let's go ahead with the first one for now. And then we click on the next button. Here we have two different fields in our source CSV file, and here is our list in which all the fields are mentioned. Now we have to map if it finds the same value like subscriber to subscriber, then it will map automatically. But since the field name is not matching correctly, we have to map it manually. We'll click or we'll select the fields from the both sides, and then we will click on the map button. The values that we have in the subscriber key field will go into this particular field in the list. We'll click on the email address here and click on the map button. What will happen with all these values? Whatever we have in the CV file will be imported into the respective columns. Now we'll click on the next button. It is saying that you are importing the data from a CXC file. This is the name of the file. This is the mapping. These are the number of records. You have the number of columns, and now we'll click. We don't want the email address. We don't want the email. After the import completion, we'll click on the begin button. Now the import process will begin, and in few seconds we will be able to see that the record has been added or imported successfully. If you guys have any doubt, please feel free to ask. Don't wait until the end of the session. I would be more happy if you guys, ask the question, because that is the way I will understand that you guys are understanding the concepts. Now we can see we have imported subscriber key email address. These are the two values that we had. Apart from that, it will automatically take the status value as active, created date, added date, and these things. And you can see in some of the fields we have the value. These are called the default values. If you do not provide any value, then it will take the default value. We'll see whenever we will create a profile attribute, that how we can provide a default value. If we will provide a value to this particular field, it will take that value. Otherwise, it will take a default value. Whatever we have mentioned over here, how we can export the data, we will take a look at it when we cover the data extensions. Now, can anybody tell me what are the difference? What is the difference between all subscribers and the user defined list, all subscribers list, and the user defined lists? Tell me that. The subscriber that we have added over here, will it be a part of our subscribers list or not? The subscriber that we have added, we have just added in this particular listener. Will it be a part of all subscribers list or not? Yes, it will be part of all subscribers. That's correct. But like all the subscribers that we have, it has to be part of the all subscribers list. But the other way around is not true. If we have a list, if you have a subscriber in all super list, that is not mandated that will be a part of any of the child list or the user defined list, right? If we'll go to all subscribers, we can see it should be now 8047. One subscriber has been. The subscriber that we have just created has been added to all subscribers list. Now, the difference between the all subscriber list and the user defined list is that the all subscriber list, contains all the subscribers, right? But your child list or a user defined list contains a subset of the all subscribers. We can say in a technical way it is a subset, right? Because whatever we have, this user defined list will always be a subset. Or we can say it contains a segment. If you want to target a specific, category of the customers, let's say, if you will talk about Amazon and we have the entire database, right? All the subscribers or all the customers will be a part of all subscribers list. Now, if you want to target few customers, maybe based on their interest, let's say if they shopped, maybe last time they have shopped for the electronic item, right? Or maybe last time they purchased some some like from any other category, right? A kitchen category or any other category, right? Based on that, we want to target them. What we will do, we will create separate list. We will put all the subscribers in our respective list and then we will target them. Now we will understand, in a few sessions we will see that how we can use a particular list to send the email communication. But list we generally create to have a segment. Let's say we have this Excel file in which we have all the customers' information on the subscribers. Now we're going to create a different segment based on maybe gender. We want to target female audience separately. We want to target male audience separately. Or maybe we can create different lists based on the age. We're going to target, subscribers. Between who have age, between let's say 10 to 20 or maybe 22 of 30 or 35. We want to target differently. Something like that. Next we have groups. This was all about the list, that how we can create a list, how we can add a subscriber to the list, and how it is different from the all subscribers list. Now when we'll talk about the groups. Groups are of two types. Now, what is a group? When we say in general term, in a classroom, we see many groups are created, right? How we identify, this is another group, this is another group. Groups are formed based on some similarities. Maybe there will be few students who are more interested in games and sports. They will form one group, right? There will be few students in a classroom who will be more interested in studies. They will form one group. Groups are created or formed based on some similarities. What we will do here, whenever we create a group, it is based on two types. You can see where we have two different types of the groups. One are the filtered groups and another one is a random group. Now what we can do, let's go ahead with the filter group first and click on the button. Now filter group means that we are going to filter some of the subscribers. Let's say we have this, all the subscribers in all subscribers list, and we want to create a group of all the subscribers who belongs to a particular city. Maybe let's say Hyderabad, or maybe let's say Bangalore or Delhi, right? That could be a criteria or any other criteria that you see. Let's say country. We want to create a group based on country. We will see where the country is approached to United States. We want to have one group for all of those subscribers that we can target them. Let me copy this. Group is nothing but your filtered list, right? If either you have a subscriber list or a user defined list, and if you want to apply a criteria on that list, and once you apply the criteria and you get the output, that output or that particular result is called filtered group. We'll click on the create button, click on filter to click on, and then here we will choose the all subscribers and we'll click on. Here we are saying that where country is equals to United States, I want to have all the subscribers. Or where countries are going to United States in one particular group. I'll click on Save and Build and then say User Customers. It is processing and it might take a minute or two. And then we will be able to see all the subscribers where countries refers to United States. Now, based on the requirement, you might want to apply the filter based on your different criteria. Let's say if your company says that we want to target the customers based on the age group, you want to apply a criteria for the age group. Right, and from all subscribers list, you want to apply the filter and have different groups. Or maybe based on a gender, you want to target, different audiences based on the gender, or maybe this based on different interest, or maybe based on different countries. Whenever you want to apply a filter, either on the list or also Tableau's list, you will go ahead with the filtered group. It is created here under my groups folder. It says 0, meanwhile it is processing. Let's go ahead and see that what is a random group. Random group. You know the same thing, that if you want to create a segment, then we will create a group. Now, if you want to create a segment out of all subscribers list, or maybe a group or a list, right? All these three different tables contain some of the subscribers. Now, on the list of all the subscribers, I want to create a random group. Random group says that if you do not have any defined criteria and we want to pick or we want to select some of the subscribers on a random basis, for example, let's say all subscribers. Here we have 8047 subscribers, and what I want to do, I want to randomly pick 10 subscribers. Now, what could be the use case? Let's say if you want to distribute some of the discount movements, right, randomly to somebody. Or maybe let's see if we have one list in which we have stored all the subscribers who participated in one, competition. Now we have top 10. And now what we want to do, we want to choose top 10. Winners on a random basis. Like it was a kind of a lucky draw competition or something like that. We'll click on add group over here, and here it says what is the percentage. Either we can select the group size by the percentage or by the number of the subscribers. Let's say if I want to have 10 subscribers in one group, in one segment, I can add groups. I think we can add up to 12 different random groups. We can create 12 different random groups out of one particular list. Here we have our subscribers segment 0, segment 1, and in first one I want to have 10, and in the second one also I want to have only 10 subscribers. What it will do, it will pick randomly 10 subscribers and put this into this particular group, and again it will pick randomly 10 subscribers and put that into another group called or subscriber segment 1. Now we'll click on the save and build. If you do not have any criteria and we want to randomly pick the subscribers and have them in a group, then what we can do, we can go ahead with a random tool. We'll click on. Let's check this one. We have got 16 subscribers where contains equal to user. Now we can tackle that. Here we have United States. All these subscribers, the country is equal to United States. Like in a nutshell, what we are doing in Marketing Cloud. These are three things that we are doing. First one, we have to prepare the data, like to whom we want to target. We have to prepare the target order. That is one thing. The second thing is that we have to create the content now. It could be your Sims message, it could be your email, it could be a push it. Whatever we are delivering to the customers, we have to develop or design the content. That is second thing. And third thing, you will have to think of a way how you want to deliver it. We have couple of ways. We want to send it directly. If you want to send it via automation or journey, how we are delivering it or how we are sending that communication to the customers. In a nutshell, we are covering these three things only, but we will see. You know different ways to do the same thing. Now here we are preparing the target audience, and then we will understand how we can, design and develop the content, and then we will understand how we can send the content that we have delivered to all these subscribers that we have prepared as a part of our target audience. Now we have all the subscribers in which we have in all the customers. Now we can, create a segment based on some category or based on some list. Or maybe let's say we have the shop in a mall. You must have seen that. There are many stores in the mall, and we go over there, and maybe there are some, some lucky draw, something, or maybe some offers going on, and what they do. They take our personal information, like maybe phone number, email address, that if you want to participate in this, please fill in your personal information, and then we will notify that whether you want this offer or not. Then what they can do, they can store all this information in Excel file, and then they can store on, and then they can import this data into Marketing Cloud, and then from Marketing Cloud we can send the email communication. These are the different ways that how we can prepare the target audience. If we have the data stored in some another system, maybe FFP server on a local desktop file, we can import the data into a list, and then we can have our target audience ready. Or let's say we don't have data stored in an external server, but what we have is we have the data in a list or our subscribers, but we are going to have a filter based on some criteria. I want to create my segment, and then I will be able to prepare my audience, and then I'll target them. Or if I want to randomly select some of the subscribers, the thing is that we have prepared the target audience. That is the end goal. These are the different ways we can prepare the target audience. If I'll show you the random groups that we had created, right? It was all subscribers. These are the two different segments, and in one segment, how many subscribers? We chose 10 subscribers. In segment 0, it's randomly picked 10 subscribers, irrespective of any criteria. Here you can see, there's no criteria. I mean, country could be India, or it could be null as well, right? Or different the status, different subscriber views. It can have different values. Now we have chosen, 10 randomly. We have randomly picked 10 subscribers, and we can target them. Now, let's talk about the profile management now. Profile management, makes the profile or makes the entire characteristics like. It contains different attributes, different properties of the subscriber, and it takes the entire profile of a subscriber. Now we have all these profile attributes. How we can create a new profile attribute? Let me click on the click button and let's give it let's say interest. We are going to restore the interest of the subscriber, that if that's a family, like if that subscriber is interested in which category or what are the different interests that the subscriber can have. We have just provide a name, and in the data we can provide a default value. Let me show. Here we can choose the data type. It could be a text, numerical, date. Here we can choose the default value. If you do not provide any value, it will take the default value, the length, the number of characters that this particular field can have, no minimum length, or let's say we want to have much at least. It should be of 3 character side. We cannot have any interest if it is less than 3 characters, and then the maximum length. We are having this maximum length up to 50 characters, and then if you want to respect it, we can restrict as well. In case of gender, we want to restrict. I mean, gender could be male, female, or others. Then we can have the restrict values. But interest, we cannot have a fixed value for the interest. That is why we are not providing any other value. But let's say if you are going to provide value, let's say, and no interest one. We can add over here. If you want to remove it, we can do that. We are removing this value. And here we can define the required, not required, like whether we want to make this field mandatory or not, or whether it is a read only or not, hidden or not, and these kind of things. Let's click on and we can see. Now one profile attribute will be added to the profile management, and this particular attribute will be at all the lists that we have in our account. The interest field has been added. Now, if we go to any of the list, we will be able to see that the list has been added to that particular list. That this is added. If you go to the all subscriber list or annual list for that matter, you will see that the list has been, that this particular field has been added, and now if you want to delete this profile attribute, then it will be deleted from all the. Let's check that. Let me go to the profile management and delete it once. I'll click on this and I'll click on the delete button and click on it. Will be deleted. Now we go to any of the list. We cannot see on that particular field anymore in the list. you will not find that particular list, and even in the list now. Next, we have the preference management, the like mechanism. It works on the same principle that if we add that preference attribute, it will be added to all the list, and if we delete any of the preference attributes, then it will be deleted. We can have the purpose that it says. It differs in that here we have the 7 preference attributes. We can have, one preference attribute, and we can just create it the way we created the profile attribute, and it will be a little on the list. Now again, here are some of the preference attributes that are in the system, and we cannot delete it. Let's say this one, right? And there are other preference attributes that we can delete. It now, this preference attribute into an email. Why it is important and why it is mandatory for the Marketing Cloud? Because Marketing Cloud uses the value of this particular attribute to determine whether the customer wants to receive the HTML email or not. Now what happens? When we will take a look at it, how we can create a, email message. We will see that whenever we create an email message, except the text messages, we end up creating 2 different versions of the email message. One is the HTML version and the text version. Whenever we create an email message, we have 2 different versions. Now, depending on the preference of the subscriber, Marketing Cloud will send either of the version. If the customer wants to receive HTML version, then we will send the HTML version of the email. And if the customer wants to receive the text version, then we will only send a text version of the email. We will not send in both the versions. I mean, there are a few other things which will be taken into consideration while sending the email that we will talk about in a while. But the preference attribute value, is considered also when it is determined that whether or not we want to send the HTML email version of the email message to the customer. If I'll go to subscriber over here, then let me search. We'll click on the properties to see the different profile attributes and the preference attributes. These are the different attributes that we have, and these are the different preference attributes. Right now, the estimated checkbox is checked. It means this customer wants to receive the email in the HTML format or the HTML version of the email message. If you uncheck this type box, then what will happen at the time of the sending the email, Marketing Club will take and reset the preference attribute of the subscriber and then see. If it is unchecked, then only the text emails will be sent to this particular customer. Now, similarly, we can create any other preference attribute and it will always be in a yes or no format, right? Whether you want it or do not want it. Now, preference could be that whether you want to receive the sims or not, maybe say just for the shape of the example, sims. We can have one, right? If somebody wants to receive the sims or not, you can have that. Yes or no value, and whether you want to make it hidden or something like that, and we click on, what will happen? It will create one more preference attribute by the name sims, and this will be visible in all the lists. Tomorrow we will be discussing about the data extensions and other things. Why do we need good extensions and things like that? Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.